Hey, what's up, guys? Josh Scott with Josh Scott Outdoors, and today we are on a mission to find a place to do some muskie fishing on the Elk River. So I've lived in Charleston for 16 years. Yeah, almost 16 years, and I've never done any kind of real serious fishing. I'm trying to get serious for the channel, and because I like doing it, I just didn't make it a priority. So what we're doing today is we're trying to find a place. A couple of my buddies live a couple hours away, and they've never fished down here, but they're big into muskie fishing, and they've said the Elk River is full of muskie. And let me flip this camera around and I'll show you. So here is the Elk River. This is the very first public access place that I stopped at, and it's got a boat ramp, sort of. You can launch boats down here. So what we're going to do today is I'm driving along the river, and each public access place I'm gonna stop. If there's a place with enough room for me to actually get out and cast, we're gonna do some casting. If not, it'd just be me, filming to get a bit of an idea to show my guys what we got. Man, that don't smell like ramps to me, but that sure does look like ramps to me. So I found one spot, but I think for the most part, for muskie fishing, it's gonna be too shallow. So let me flip this camera around. So it's really, really pretty here. I could bring the girls up here and we could put some poles out. Here's the first place we're gonna try to get a cast. I just picked up, this is the Tsunami Barrier 2 5000. I've got 50 pounds of braided line. We're going to throw this big bait out here, and we are going to see what we can come up with. Now, I just bought this rod, so I'm not 100% sure how it's going to cast. This is the first time I have ever fished this river. But there is supposed to be some muskie in this river. We're using a big bait for big fish. This is a... Now my line's tangled up around my hook's tangled up around it. Let's sling it up this way. It's 55 or 50 pound braided line, so let's hope it don't get snagged on anything. This would probably be fished better from a boat. But I don't have a boat, so we're making do with what we can. There should be some decent sized bass in here. I'm hitting bottom. This thing's, it is pretty shallow right here. Let's see if we can. This setup I'm using might be too much for this spot on the river because it's quite shallow here. I need to get out where it's a bit deeper. Yeah, see, I'm staying tangled up in these rocks. I'm not trying to lose a brand new Rapala if I can help it. Let me see if I can yank it downstream. This is actually a pretty nice boat launch. There we go. My bait's staying tangled up in the sticks and stuff. Like I was saying, this is the very first time I have ever fished the Elk River. This doesn't look very deep here. Like, it doesn't look very deep at all. I think I'm about to stop. This bait's going too deep and staying in the rocks. I really probably need a big jig. It's a good looking bait if I could get it deep enough. If we could get it out there. Now see, even right there I'm hitting bottom. This is too shallow. All right. This lure I'm using is either diving too deep or it's too shallow, because I'm cranking the bottom there. All right, so got to put a couple, we got to sling it a couple times, and now we got to find somewhere else where it's a little bit deeper. Just right there, I climbed over those daggone rocks and got myself out of breath. The base, or the Rapala that I'm using is diving too deep. It was hitting bottom all the way across here. I kept getting hung in rocks, so it's really, really shallow here. So this would probably be for smallies, or small, or taking a heavy weight and getting it way out there, and letting a night crawler sit. Not a bad little place though. Good little boat launch. If this could get moved out of the way. But yeah, that's what we got. We're gonna try. I got my bait caster with a white spinner on it, 2-bladed spinner. We're gonna sling it out here and see what we got for any bass. Now guys, I'm not real good using a bait caster. I just spent the last 10 minutes getting backlash out from where the other day. So you can laugh if you want. Yeah. I think it's still hitting a little bit of that backlash. I got to get cleaned up. See if I can cast this thing a little better. That's not bad. My aim's not real great with these things yet. Let's see what we got. Yeah, it's hitting nothing but rock too. I really want to get further over that way, but it's muddy, and there we go. The shoes that I got on are not going to be ideal for going over that way. When it gets summertime, I can wade out there a little bit. Yeah, see, it's hitting bottom there too. This is just a spinner bait, and it's bouncing off the rocks, which is maybe not a terrible idea if they were spawning in the rocks, but I think it's still a bit early for the spawn. Let's get this backlash, mini backlash out here. This current's moving pretty good too. You don't realize it. This water's moving pretty good. Eventually I'll learn to cast one of these bait casters, and I'll get one that's a little more expensive. It works a little better. Right now I don't really know what I'm doing, and I don't want to buy one that I just break. Oh, backlash for days. No, that wasn't too terrible. This would be spectacular on a John boat. That's what my buddy has. I'd like to cast up this bank some. That felt like a little bump, but I think it was just a rock. Because it's probably not 4 foot deep right there, honestly. Yeah, see, it feels like it's getting bumped, but it's just bouncing off of rocks. Sling it right down here and see if we can get how far we can get it. One more cast. It'd be really nice to catch one fish on video for you all. Like I said, this is a river I have never fished before. Not one I fished 20 years ago. I've never been on the Elk River fishing. So I don't know anything about the river. I would imagine I could throw some night crawlers out there and catch something. I would love to be able to cast up that bank. I did get a message on Facebook. I had posted on my personal Facebook page asking any of my friends around here if they knew the best place to catch muskie. And one sent me a message and told me where to go. He asked me not to tell the world, so I'm not going to say on video where he told me to go. So, but we're going to try that out one day. See, the problem is that's just right where it starts getting deep. I mean, nothing but the rocks. All right, we're done here. We're going to go try to find a deeper hole. So this is behind the old Herbert Hoover High School. I don't even know what they use it for anymore. The river come up, flooded the high school. They had to build a new high school further down. So you can almost get to it. I don't know. There's no signs up here that says I can't. I think I maybe need to reach out to somebody to see. Because I could probably fish from the bank up here. Although it looks like the water's still a bit away from the bank. So I'm not 100% sure about that. This is the closest thing I've seen so far. I think I'm gonna ride on up the river just a little bit further, but there's not a whole lot of public access. There's a lot of houses you can maybe go knock on a door and ask for permission, but nothing I've really seen unless you're fishing from a boat. So we'll see what we got. So I may have found something. I had to come all the way to Clendenin. It's quite a bit. Let me flip this around. That doesn't look very deep either. I don't think I'm catching any muskie in there, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I'm gonna be able to fish this river much without a boat. Which, funny enough, there's a boat right there. I'm not stealing somebody's John boat, but I'm just saying. I don't know why it'd be just left there. I think we'll try to cast a little bit and see what we got. But it's not very deep. Let me go grab my bait caster. All right guys, I moved to the head rig. My Other GoPros in the truck charging. Sling this out a couple times and see what we got. It's a rocky bottom here. This water is moving. It's my best cat. Hey guys, I think this is where the video is going to wrap up. I didn't really get to do a whole lot of fishing. This is just a short video. Like I said in the beginning, I'm looking for a public access spot. The ones I found, the water's not real deep. They're boat launches. Like I'm going to flip this camera around and show you. So I hit the spinnerbait out through here. Now, it's probably the wrong time of the year to use a spinnerbait. I should be jigging on the bottom, but it's what I had on here. And again, today is just me kind of exploring, trying to find a spot. I came all the way up to Clendenin, West Virginia. Another boat ramp right here. And we're gonna head back down the river. I got off at the Big Chimney exit. No, I didn't. Hold on, let me flip this around. So I got off at the Mink Shoals exit and come down, or come up, went across the river, come back across the river. Now I'm gonna go back down and stay on this side of the river to see what I can find. But so far, 3 public access sites. One of them is fishable, which maybe I may go back another day. The second one was not fishable. I didn't even get out and take video of the second one. No, the third one. The third one I didn't even get out because it was so muddy. There was trees in the way. It was just a boat launch in mud. I didn't even get out in video because my truck almost got stuck. And then this one, as soon as you come into the town of Clendenin, this was on the right. So we're gonna go back down and stay on this side of the river, see if we can find anything else. And I think this is gonna be a river that's gonna have to be floated. Either come up here and just float back down, or come from my house and come up the river. I live not far from the canal, and this meets the canal at Charleston. So it may be putting in Charleston and coming up the river. So I don't know. But we're gonna keep trying. See you soon.
A few moments later.
So folks, this is not the Elk River. This is the no, not the New River. This is the Kanawha River. I'm at the very end where Campbell's Creek meets the river. My mother-in-law lives not very far up there, and I used to live up there, and I have never come down here to fish. So we are going to send this bait out here. Only thing I brought with me is this big musky plug and my bait caster with a spinner, and we're gonna see what we can do here real quick. It's quite a bit of trash around here. Supposedly there's a bunch of homeless that hang out down here. There's nobody down here today. I don't know if y'all can see the blue and gold bridge up there. Right across from me is Canal City. Oh. Boy, that hit like that hit like I had a bite, but it was hitting underwater, or hitting a rock. So I had a sneaking suspicion. I had a couple people tell me on Facebook, on this river, the Kanawha River, that the best place to catch muskies was at the mouth of a creek. And I thought, well, I know where there's a mouth of a creek that I could hit. So that's what I decided to do. Boy, that bait looks nice, I'll tell you that. You got a little bit of a backflow, like a little bit of an eddy right here. I may just come down here in the morning and do some fishing. I may get up real early Oh Lord, my bait's all tangled up. It ain't swimming. What I may do is bring all my poles, my catfish poles and everything, and come sit down here. Bring a trash bag, clean some trash up while I'm at it. This Rapala I'm using may be going too deep. Although I know from what I've read and what I've been told, muskies like the deep water. So maybe I should be using it as a twitch bait a little more. Not so much as a reeling it fast. Just kind of slow playing it, just twitch. It wouldn't hurt my feelings none to just catch a bass. Big smallmouth, that would be nice. Let's do this. Let's sit this down for a second. Let's try a spinnerbait. I'm gonna cast a spinnerbait actually over in the creek here. I'm gonna reel it a little bit slower. I should have brought my sunglasses so I could see down in there and see if I could see anything. I know there's usually a lot of people fishing down here. No. I think I'm gonna walk around, get off this ledge and walk around that way a little bit. I could bring my catfish rigs out and set them right here, and I think that might be the move in the morning. Not in the tree. No. I'll break that tree off. I think this is... Ooh. That one about took Josh out right there. Thankfully, I've got some good braid on here. Man, the bad side about fishing here, I don't know if y'all can see that right there. We're not fishing, but there's glass right there. It's not ideal. Like if somebody wanted to come and wade. I mean, yeah, you should probably still have boots on, but... Yeah, I think I may come back in the morning and bring all my stuff down here.